In the ancient Greek parable of Sorites paradox identifies a problem when attempting to objectively view something from a subjective point of view, and when applies to our habits looks like this. For every day for the past 30 days I've introduced habit A into my routine. However, by the end of the month, I'm still me and I haven't changed. You're still the same person. And so there are two likely outcomes. Outcome number one, this isn't working for me, there's no point in proceeding. Or outcome number two, I take a moment of reflection and review to see where I am from where I started. And the inspiration for this content comes from James Clear's Atomic Habits, where he talks about the importance of taking moments of reflection. And James writes, improvement is not just about learning habits, it's also about fine-tuning them. Reflection and review ensures that you spend your time on the right things and make course corrections whenever necessary. And in any effective reflection, you're asking yourself three important questions. What went well? What went wrong, and what did I learn? And so what this allows you to do is to have some sort of perspective on the things that have occurred over that period of change. As James also says, you can see the important changes you make without losing sight of the bigger picture. And by asking yourself the important questions of what went well, what didn't go well, and what did I learn, what you do is provide yourself with something material, an important piece of evidence to tell you where you are in that system of change. And in any reflection, the true strength lies in learning about your strengths and learning about your weaknesses. But there's a common pitfall that people fall into on reflection, and that is holding on to an essence of their identity, a part of themselves that allows them to become too inflexible. As Lao Tzu writes, men are born soft and supple. Dead they are stiff and hard. Plants are born tender and pliant. Dead they are brittle and dry. Thus whoever is stiff and inflexible is a disciple of death. Whoever is soft and yielding is a disciple of life. And what we learn there, the struggles of change, is when people have an identity crisis in which they feel that they're sacrificing too much of themselves in order to create change. But reflection is a way of contextualizing these changes and doing away with the identity crisis. But by simply learning about what works and what changes you make to your life that have a more of a productive outcome. And so how reflection truly empowers you is you come to understand the secret to getting results is to never stop making improvements. And so going back to the Greek paradox of Sorites paradox is simply a case of perspective. And by simply standing back and getting an overview of from where you started to where you currently are gives you a much broader context of the change that might have occurred in that period of time. So that's my take on reflection, just some thoughts, just some ideas. I'll be interested to hear more about yours in the comments below.